My name is Jonathan Dormish, and I am here with Lucy O'Brien.
Hello, Jonathan.
At E3 2019. There are so many games here for us to check out, but you in particular checked out Dying Light 2.
I sure did.
Tell me a little bit about it.
Well, I saw about 30 minutes of gameplay.
The full game, then.
Just absolutely the full game. They decided to do that, which is really
It's
strange.
impressive.
Yeah, it's like interesting strategy.
Yeah.
Anyway, 30 minutes of gameplay. I saw a lot. I saw their sort of choice and consequence system that they're going for. I saw some fighting, and I saw a lot of like parkour, a lot of like running along rooftops and swinging and grappling and that sort of thing.
Okay, so it retains a lot of the like sort of landmark first-person parkour stuff they did in the first game.
Yep, absolutely.
But you mentioned the choice and consequence system a little bit. Tell me a little bit about that, because that kind of causes you to not see all of the game.
It's interesting, right? Yeah. So Techland actually said at this demo that in your first playthrough of Dying Light 2, you'll only probably see about 50% of the game.
Wow.
Of the content in the game, because the actions, the decisions that you make in Dying Light 2 are so significant that whole regions can be shut off.
Wow.
Like there are whole areas, or on the contrary, opened up. And like if you choose to let someone live or you choose to let someone die, the narrative will sprawl out into this whole different sort of area. And yeah, like you'll have different moves opened up to you and different enemy types, and it's all based on your decisions that you make moment to moment. And it's just so exciting because they use the term narrative sandbox. It's just such a sort of liberating concept, and I'm just sort of imagining like, you know, those games that when everyone's playing them at the same time and you're all at the water cooler, so to speak.
Oh, I did this.
And you did that, exactly. Like no one's game is going to be the same.
Did it feel like with what you saw, obviously it was just a small slice of it, do you feel like what you saw you'll want to play through the game multiple times?
I would imagine so,
Yeah.
because I mean there were a couple of like significant decisions in the demo that we saw, including like stay and help this guy who's bleeding out, or like go and get revenge. And you know, like things like that, and
What was chosen?
well, get revenge was chosen.
Good.
But when you know the consequence of that getting revenge was so significant, I don't want to spoil it, but it was so significant, and it opened up the world in such an interesting way. I sort of think, what would have happened if I'd stayed? So yeah, incredibly hard decisions to be made throughout.
Interesting. That's really exciting. I'm excited to see like how those will actually play out over the course of our different games and everything. My most important question though, was it spooky?
It wasn't really spooky. I mean, we did see some zombies, but you know, Dying Light is really an action game. It's a fast-paced action parkour game. And so, you know, there's a lot of like, there's a pumping soundtrack and you're sliding and you're swinging and all this sort of stuff. There's not really any time to be scared.
Okay.
So, you know.
Challenge accepted. I live scared, so that works fine for me.
You might be able to achieve it, Jonathan.
I should manage it. Lucy, thank you so much.
Thank you.
You can see much more of your coverage of Dying Light 2 on IGN.com, correct?
That is correct.
Yes, definitely go there. We have so much other coverage for E3 2019 going on IGN.com, YouTube.com/IGN, all of our social media, and as we fight against the dying of the light, stay tuned for more E3.